Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Hiller Dover Sherborne Co-op girls varsity hockey. As tonight, it's the season opener as they take on TVL rival Norwood Mustangs here at the New England Sports Center. We are just moments away from face-off. Should be a great game here tonight, as this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team has high expectations this season. They had a great season last year where they made the playoffs for the first time in program history, and they are looking to get back to the postseason this year. And they have some great returning talent on the roster, including the likes of Callie Arthur, Savannah Rivera, Morgan Byler, Kaylin Thompson, Riley Collar, Lucy Jean. All key pieces of last year's team. Of course, Dylan Norwood was tremendous between the pipes for Hopkinton. So they have some great leadership back this season, and they are hoping to do some big things and get even a step further than they did last season. But certainly a very tough TVL as we are ready for face-off. Molly Roach in the center circle for Norwood. For Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, it was Lucy Jean, and we are underway. Norwood in the blue uniforms, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne in the Hiller white, as Norwood will work it up the far side. So they had a big tournament going on here at Rink 1 of the New England Sports Center prior to the start of our game. So we had to wait a little bit as they had a big production at the tournament. We had to wait for them to move some equipment, but we got set up just in time and we are ready to go. As Norwood trying to work it into the neutral zone along the near side, Emily Spadorsha. Tom Nappy happened to be on the call with you. John Ritz on camera. It's Saturday night hockey on HCAM as Hopkinton Dover Sherborne brings it in to Norwood territory. That's Lucy Jean jammed up along the corner. A battle for it. Puck squirts out. Up along the near side boards it goes. Michaela Brown works it across. So Norwood last season, they also made the playoffs. They went 7-13 overall. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Millis Co-op went 5-12. And it was a pretty good season for this program, but they are excited about all the returning talent they have this year. Along the near side, Byler. A nice pass out in front, the shot, and it's a save. Kelsey McPherson with the backhanded shot. A nice drive up through the slot, and she's able to try to backhand it in. A good save by the Norwood goalie. And we're trying to get a name for the Norwood goalie. The number the goaltender is wearing, she's wearing number 3, is not listed on the roster, so we'll do our best trying to get the name of the Norwood goaltender, as that is batted to the end boards. Along the end boards it goes, in net for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. That is 8th grader Emily Coito. Some 8th graders on the roster this season. There's a shot turned away off the stick of Maddie Barroso. Coming up along the far side now, that is Lucy Jean, who will wrist it into the end boards. Shoveling it around, Maddie Barroso. Back to Barroso behind the net as she's trying to find Savannah Rivera. Puck squirts out. Jean picks it up. Hopkinton, Dover, Sherborne doing a good job at controlling the tempo so far and working their way into Norwood territory. But you got 3 Hopkinton Middle School students on this season's roster. You got the current goaltender, Emily Coito. You got Kelsey McPherson and Jean Walsh, all out of 8th grade on the roster. So good to see that some of the younger hockey athletes working their way up to this varsity program. Along the near side. And they got a bit of a bigger roster than last season as well. McPherson along the corner. Puck gets jammed up. McPherson was battling with Ariana Bletzer. Pass over to the far side as the Mustangs trying to get some momentum going. Squirts into Hopkinton DS territory, picked up by Callie Arthur. She works it up the near side, and now a pass across. That was towards Grace Hennigan. Into the corner it goes, trying to dig it out. Caitlin Gahn gets it up towards Catherine Kelly. Catherine Kelly, another new name to the roster. She's in her freshman year at Hopkinton High School. And we'll have a line change for Hopkinton DS. Into Hiller territory. Nice steal there by Jocelyn Lumnicki. And there's a wrister, and it is covered up by Coito. There was Olivia Tucker on the shot there. A good save by the young goaltender. Backhanded towards the net by Leah Gebbe. Coming up the far side now. Michaela Brown able to get it away from the grasp of Grace Hennigan. Along the corner, that is Olivia Tucker. Works it over to the far side towards Quinlan Brown. Now along the slot area, pass into the neutral zone to Brown. Michaela Brown gets around Sarah Brennan. Now along the end board she goes. She'll shovel it behind her. And now a battle for it as Isla Wilson and Sarah Brennan going at it into the neutral zone. Molly Roach with it. Roach brushes it over to the near side to Spadorsha. Daniela Paris with it. Paris. And she sends that one just wide. Digging it out of the corner, that is 17. Malley, a shot there, deflected. Paris shovels it towards the far side. And a backhander out of the corner ended up going towards the net. And that forced the wrap up there. And we did get a name on the Norwood goaltender. It is Bernadette Tenori. And she's actually wearing number 1. And what I'm noticing is there's, I believe, a number 3 on the front of all the Norwood jerseys. So that is, I believe, in honor of a former Mustang. There's a wrister and a good save. That was off the stick of Spadorsha. Nice save by Coita. Along the far side, Bletzer brushes it around the end boards. Norwood putting on the pressure now. Good defense in front of the net by Callie Arthur. Along the near side, sending it out was Conley. Hopkinton DS trying to work their way up now. And it's stolen back by Allison Malley. And now Callie Arthur turns it up ice. Into Norwood territory goes Kaylin Thompson. Thompson is looking for the centering pass and just missed her intended target, Lucy Jean. Along the far side, that's Allie Mannering. Well, Hopkinton DS and Norwood had some good battles last season. And we'll have more on that in just a bit. Along the near side, that is Byler. Byler gets it forward over to Jean. Jean sends it to the corner. Hopkinton in the midst of a line change. Along the far side now. Sent up by Lubnicki. Trying to escape with it, Kelsey McPherson. And we will get a whistle here. And will we have a call? It looks like we might. We're gonna have a slashing call against Norwood. Heading to the box is Mackenzie Conley for 2 minutes. Hopkinton DS on the power play. Along the blue line, Callie Arthur gets it over to her left. Now along the corner, Barroso trying to dig it out. Here comes Barroso. Around the net she goes. She's looking to sneak in there. Good defensive awareness. Out in front and just brushed away by Ava Hines as she lost her balance. Along the far side, Brennan. Brennan closing in. Around the defender. And sends it over. That shot turned away. What a great setup by Brennan for Barroso. A nice save by Tenori. And another save here as the Hillers get a shot off the deflection. That was Lucy Jean putting it back towards the net off the deflection. Good pressure by Hopkinton DS on this power play opportunity. 1:20 and counting left to go on the power play. Along the near side. And that is sent out in front, brushed away. Up the ice it goes, slowed up by Coito, sends it along the far side. Jammed up along the boards, Lubnicki trying to dig it out. Riley Cholera sends it over to Jean. Brushed away by Bletzer. Along the far side. Spadorsha gets it to the near side boards. Cholera picks it up. Spadorsha trying to come away with it. Sent up by Lubnicki. Well, Norwood playing a little keep away here, trying to burn off that power play. 25 seconds left on the power play opportunity for Hopkinton DS. Coming up the ice now, Parisi. Parisi closing in. And it deflects out. Catherine Kelly has it, sends it up. Tracking it down in Norwood territory is Ariana Bletzer. She'll take it around the net. Backhands it up the near side. There to stall Callie Arthur. Back into Norwood territory she goes. Along the end boards is Parisi. And some good back and forth along that far side. The power play opportunity has expired. 4 minutes, 16 seconds left to go in this quick-moving first period. Stick around at the intermission. We'll have some of the latest Hopkinton Hiller updates. They recently had a National Letter of Intent signing day. We'll show you some highlights and interviews from that. Some great athletes heading to some great D1 and D2 programs out of Hopkinton High School. Tucker along the far side. Jean lost her balance there. She got tripped up. Norwood looking to put on some pressure, but coming away with it, that is Jean. Lucy Jean, she can fly up the ice. Towards the net, backhands in, and it's a score! Lucy Jean with the first score of the season for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. It comes at 3:32 left to go in the first period. And what a way to start for the Hillers. Well, Lucy Jean just broke free, absolutely flew up the ice. And some nice stick motion to throw off the goaltender and able to backhand it in glove side. Hopkinton DS looking for more. Wrister, loose puck, and it's deflected into the end boards. Tenori just able to get a piece of it. That was a good shot by Cholera. Out in front now. Jean with another shot. Off the deflection. And it is covered up. Barroso is trying to stuff it in stick side, but Tenori just able to land on it. Three minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the first period. What a great sequence by Hopkinton DS in this last minute or so. Top of the circle, setting it just wide is Cholera. Along the near side, trying to dig it out, Thompson. Sent across now. Coming up the ice, Malley. Brushing it away, Coito. To the corner it goes. Backhanded by Spadorcia. Picked up by Lumnicki. Over to the near side she goes, looking for Byler. A battle for it along the boards. Puck squirts out into Norwood territory. There to pick it up is Bletzer. Bletzer looking to send it to her far side. Getting in front of that attempted pass. McPherson jammed up along the near side corner now. And it'll squirt out to the far side. Thompson backhands it over. Now with it is McPherson. And McPherson puts that off the side of the Norwood net. So you might notice a couple of changes here at the New England Sports Center. We now have some protective netting in front of us. It outlines all the way around both sides of the rink. So they perhaps maybe had some type of incident here that made them want to put up that protective netting. We do have another Norwood penalty. It's going to be slashing against Daniela Parisi. So she will take a seat for 2 minutes. And Hopkinton DS back on the power play. 1 minute, 53 seconds left to go in the first period. So unless the Hillers score, it will continue for a few seconds into the second period. Michaela Brown works it up the ice. Callie Arthur over to the near side. Barroso flings it into the neutral zone. Here comes Savannah Rivera. Rivera from the left circle, and it's in! Rivera wrists it towards the net, and it was deflected off of Tenori and in. 2-0 Hillers. Well, that's what you gotta do. Just put the puck towards the net. Sometimes you get the nice bounce or the nice deflection. And Hopkinton DS able to take advantage of the power play opportunity there. They lead it 2-0. Off the faceoff. Up the far side, McPherson. And runs into some defenders. Spadorcia sends it over to Malley. Malley will wrap it around the boards. Up along the near side now. Approaching a minute left to go in the first period. A 2-0 lead for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Puck deflected. Battle for it. Popped off the boards. Parisi sends it to the corner. McPherson flings it off the wall, now sent across to Barroso. Barroso approaching. Good defense there by Parisi. Borussia sends it over to the far side. Some good back and forth there as Norwood in the midst of a line change. 15 seconds left to go in the period. I'll tell you, it's been a great first period for Hopkinton DS. That shot just wide. Jammed up along the boards now, and that'll do it for the first period. What a way to start the season for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, as they were able to come up with a pair of scores late in the first period. You had Lucy Jean with 3:32 left to go in the period, followed up a couple minutes later by Savannah Rivera taking advantage of a power play. A beauty of a shot that was deflected into the net off of goaltender Bernadette Tenori. And that is where we stand heading into the second frame. It is Hopkinton Dover Sherborne 2, the Norwood Mustangs nothing. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Millis Girls Co-op Hockey on HCAM. Stick around, we have some great Hiller highlights coming up next, live on HCAM.
Mom, Dad, look at me, please. See, yes, perfect. Turn your head towards me a little bit. Towards me, this way. Yep. Not that far, right there. Perfect.
Hi, my name is Nina Zuganatos, and I'm going to Boston University for soccer. I'm Maddie Recupero, and I'm going to Princeton for soccer.
All right, Maddie, what made you choose Princeton?
It kind of had everything that I wanted with the school and the soccer, and I just love like the campus and the location, and how like the town and the campus are like one, and it just feels like it will be like a home for me.
And what made you choose BU?
I chose BU because it, like Maddie said, had everything I wanted. It had the whole package and super close to home. Campus is super nice, and it just made me really excited for the next chapter in my life.
All right, and what was it like playing with each other here at Hopkinton?
It was a great experience. We've been friends for over 6 years now, and to play high school soccer together has just been so much fun and enjoyable. Yeah, she's my best friend, my favorite person, so playing with her has been really fun, and yeah, it's great.
How does it feel to hold the all-time goal record for a single season?
It feels good, I guess. Yeah, it feels good, but I mean, I wouldn't have done it without the help of my teammates and obviously Nina here, because she assisted me a lot, so yeah.
Okay. And you both had a tremendous amount of assists as well, so you helped each other in that way.
Yeah.
What was your favorite memory at Hopkinton High School soccer?
My favorite memory is when we won our Elite 8 game last year and being able to make it to the Final Four in the MIA Division I tournament. Yeah, I would say last year, the Sweet 16 game too, just because we scored in the last second. I scored the goal, but it was like fun overall just because like we all like went in for the biggest hug and it was just so exciting, and then winning the Elite 8 game to make it to Final Four was super fun.
All right, well I'm sure you'll get a lot more goals in college. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I stuck her.
Hold on.
I'm Nick Pedroli. I'm playing baseball at Bentley University.
I'm Dylan Ruff. I'm playing baseball at St. Anselm College.
All right, and can you talk about what your experience was like playing ball here at Hopkinton High?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. The culture here is amazing all around. The people here are amazing. The coaches are amazing. So 10 out of 10 experience, without a doubt.
Yeah, it was amazing. The coaching, my teammates, everything. It was just such a blessing to play.
And what was it like being teammates?
It's great to be teammates with Dylan, fun all the time, and we got a lot of wins, which is good.
I played with Nick my entire career here, so I got to know him really well. He's been a great teammate, great player. It was awesome.
And what made you choose St. Anselm?
The location mainly. I like staying a little closer to home. The academics are great. The location's great, so it's a great school all around.
And what made you choose Bentley?
As well, the location, the team, the coaching, and the academics.
All right, what are you guys going to be studying over there?
I'll be studying business.
Yeah, same here, business.
All right, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Maya Weil Megason, Bentley University, swim and dive.
All right, and what was your experience like at Hopkinton High School on the swim team?
Well, I've been competing for the varsity team for the past 3 years, and this year I am a co-captain for the varsity swim and dive team. And throughout my experience, I've had a great time with learning from my upperclassmen teammates who have really led the way in how I learned how to compete and think about the sport. And the way that the team is so supportive towards me and all my other teammates is really special, and it's just such a great environment.
All right, and do you have a favorite event you like competing in?
Yes, I love to swim any butterfly event, more specifically sprint butterfly, and I also love mid-distance freestyle with the 200 freestyle.
Terrific. And what attracted you to Bentley?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to stay in Massachusetts, and I wanted a school that wasn't too big but wasn't so small that there was just nothing going on. And Bentley just was the perfect fit for me in terms of what I wanted to study, where I wanted to be, and the overall environment.
All right, what are you going to be studying over there?
I am going in as corporate finance and accounting.
So my name's Nate Burns. I'm going to be going to Assumption University, and I'm going to be playing lacrosse there.
Excellent. And how did you enjoy your experience here at Hopkins and playing lacrosse?
I loved it. I loved the teammates, coaches, everything about it. It's a great culture.
And what attracted you to Assumption?
I really liked the location, the coaches, and when I went down to do my overnight there, just everybody there on the team and the coaches and the other commits, everybody felt really welcoming, and it was a great culture.
All right, and you got a favorite memory during your lacrosse days here at Hopkinton?
Yeah, I would say my favorite memory was beating Minnechaug first round of playoffs last year, because we haven't done that in a long time, so I think that was a good goal for us.
Terrific. And what are you going to be studying over at Assumption?
I intend on studying business.
All right, well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you this spring.
Thank you.
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. This program is brought to you in part by tvlsports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at tvlsports.net. tvlsports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. All right, folks, welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are ready for the second period. A nice 2-0 start for Hopkinton over Sherborne as we enter the second frame. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call with you on this Saturday night. John Ritz on camera season opener. A Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op Hockey. Norwood in the blue, working left to right. A good steal there by Lucy Jean, who gets it away from Ava Hines. And here she comes up the far side. Jean along the corner, sends it out. Off the stick of Caitlin Malley. Along the near side, sending it over is gone. And now here comes Norwood, breakaway here. Spadorsha towards the net, backhander, and Norwood with a big response. Emily Spadorsha makes it a 2-1 game. And that is just 34 seconds into the second period. And boy, is that a breath of fresh air for Norwood. It seemed like everything was going the way of the Hillers, but Norwood able to respond. And they are right back in this game. Along the far side, Hopkinton looking for some pressure, and it's wrapped up there off the shot from Kelsey McPherson. Good save there by Tenor. We'll get a face-off at 14-14 left to go. Well, last year, this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team, they finished strong. And apologies, I mentioned that they made the playoffs last year. It was actually the year before that they made the playoffs. They had a short roster last season and dealt with many injuries. So they finished just short of the postseason. But in their final 5 games, where they started to get a lot of the injured athletes back, they racked up some good playoff points. They had 2 wins, 2 ties, and a loss. Loose puck out in front, and it's stuffed in. Going 5-hole, Savannah Rivera. Well, the goaltender, Tenor, she lost track of where the puck was, could not find it. And it was actually right between her legs and just kind of sitting there. And Rivera was able to stuff it in, and you could give Kelsey McPherson the assist. She took that initial shot to put the puck towards the net. And we got some serious scoring here in this second period. That game coming at that goal coming at 13:58 left to go. Now in Hiller territory, Norwood looking for a response. Puck squirts out to the end boards. Lubnicki trying to dig it out, matched up with Mackenzie Conley. Along the far side, sent up by Dylan Norwood. Well, Dylan Norwood, she was a goaltender for the majority of the season last year, and I believe it was her first time playing as a goaltender in hockey. Obviously, she's the goaltender for the field hockey team, but they needed a goaltender. She stepped up, took over, did a nice job, and helped this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team be very competitive. And the majority of their games, and really filled what was a crucial need for this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team. But now this season she's able to get back out there as a forward, as they have 8th grader Emily Coito, who moved up through the ranks last season and earned a spot on the varsity roster. And Coito has done a tremendous job in net so far in this game. She's made some great saves. Parisi working her way up the ice. Able to get it away from Callie Arthur. Gonna take it around. Sent out in the high slot. There's a shot just wide by Bletzer. Along the end boards it goes. Picking it up, Callie Arthur. Arthur trying to work her way up. Back into Hiller territory, sent over to Rivera. Rivera looking for Jean. Jean picks it up. Here she comes. Jean with a wrister, a little high there. A battle behind the net now. Jean able to get it out. Rivera picks it up, sends it over. Along the far side, that's Barroso. Barroso nicks it into the corner. And Barroso's attempted pass there, deflected by Parisi. Jean sends it over towards Gahn. Jammed up now along the near side corner, sent out by Spinoza. Along the far side, Quinlan Brown. Jean deflects it back. Here comes the Mustangs. Spinoza working her way into Hiller territory. Top of the circle, backhander there. And there's a wrister. It'll go across to the near side. And Olivia Tucker was trying to get a shot off the deflection there and didn't get the part of the puck she wished for. Jean sends it towards the end boards. Hiller's in the midst of a change. Looking for more pressure here. That shot is deflected. Coming away with it now, Malley sends it over. Backhanded by Callie Arthur. Into Hiller territory, Gahn with it. Gahn pops it off the boards. And now flying up the ice, McPherson. McPherson trying to get around the defender, and there's a shot. Turned away, Kaylin Thompson with a good follow through there. And she was coming up the ice with McPherson, stayed right in line with her, and when McPherson needed the bailout, Kaylin Thompson was there and able to get the shot off. We'll have a face-off at 9:52 left to go in the second period. An action-packed game here in this season opener. A 3-1 Hopkinton-Dover Sherborne lead. I'll tell you, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of this team. I mean, this is game one, and they are looking good. They are in mid-season form. Sent over. If this is game one, I can't wait till game 5 or 6 where they really have a little bit of experience out there on the ice this season. Along the end boards, bringing it around. Popping it off the boards is Cholera. Sent to the corner by Hennigan. Along the end boards, Ava Hines. Around the end boards it goes. Norwood in the midst of a change. Jocelyn Lubnicki sends it over to the far side. Jean trying to work her way up the ice. Wristed up the ice by Parisi. Now Brown trying to drive in. Sent over along the near side. Here comes Jean. Jean's attempted pass deflected. Along the far side it goes. It was jammed up for a bit, but Hiller is able to keep possession and get it out. Callie Arthur with the shot just off the mark. Along the near side corner, Savannah Rivera works her way up towards the left circle. And it'll deflect into Hiller territory. Coito leaves it for McPherson. Well, that was a power play for Hopkinton-Dover Sherborne the last 2 minutes. They didn't get a goal that time, but did a nice job keeping it in Norwood territory. Their third power play opportunity of the game. It was Olivia Tucker who was in the box. She's now out. We're at full strength on both sides. Ava Hines with it. Hines flings it to the near side. Jammed up along the boards. Squirts out into Hiller territory. Along the corner, Arthur sends it around to the far side. Hiller's trying to move it up the far side boards. McPherson losing her balance there. Jean trying to continue the momentum. Ooh, stick comes out into the grasp of Spadorsha. With it is Hennigan. Hennigan pops it off the board. Sent across by Hines. Here comes Conley. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the second period. Norwood looking for a shot here. Good defense in the slot by Hennigan. And there's a shot. Great save by Coito. Leah Gebbe was just waiting in front of the net, trying to stuff it in, but Coito was ready for it. Along the far side now. Picked up by Varsity. Sends it over to Conley. To the corner it goes. Arthur popping it off the boards. It'll deflect around the end boards. Arthur trying to move it up the far side. Norwood keeping control for now. Olivia Tucker that takes a shot. It's wide. Along the near side we go. Here comes the Hillers. Hennigan. Hennigan doing battle with Bletzer. Squirts out towards the far side. Up the ice goes Brown. And Riley Cholera putting it off a defender. Now closing in and taking a shot there was Jean. And a good save by Tenor. Sent over to the near side. Lobnicki just waiting for it. Shoots it back into Norwood territory. Popped off the boards. Up the near side boards it goes. Lobnicki flings it back towards the Mustangs' defensive zone. Cholera backhands it up the ice. Sent across by Bletzer. Yeah, some just great back and forth here. Both teams really challenging each and every possession. But here comes Jean. Jean in the right circle, putting on the moves, takes a shot. Loose puck, and it's brushed away. Great pressure by the Hillers there. Fantastic stick work by Lucy Jean. Getting around a pair of defenders to put the pressure on. Sent up the ice by Thompson. Along the corner, Bletzer. Bletzer shoots it up the near side. Quinlan Brown. Now to Mannering. Along the far side, Malley. In the slot, a swing and a miss by Brown. She had a good look towards the net, and it's gloved by Coito off the shot attempt from the top of the left circle by Bletzer. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the second period. Hopkinton DS hanging on to that 3-1 lead. 2 early goals in the second period. Emily Spadorsha, 34 seconds in for Norwood, but then a great response by Savannah Rivera. Glove save there by Coito. And the response came about 30 seconds after that at 13:58 left to go. Off the face-off. Hillers moving it back into the neutral zone. Here comes McPherson. McPherson with authority. Works her way to the slot. Good defense by Hines. Hines pops it over to Spadorsha. Escaping with it for the moment is Malley. She sends it back. It's stolen away. Here comes McPherson. McPherson flying towards the net. Takes it and rips it in. Kelsey McPherson makes it a 4-1 Hopkinton Dover Sherborne lead. Well, I'll tell you, Kelsey McPherson may be an 8th grader, but she doesn't play like it. That was just great stick work, great speed, excellent puck control, able to just fly up the ice and ring it in glove side. Four to 1, Hopkinton DS leading. 3:35 left to go here in the second frame. Sent up by Bletzer. Popped off the boards by Arthur. Into Hiller territory. Along the end boards, Arthur. She moves it up. Jammed up along the boards now, trying to find out where to go with it is Tucker. She'll move it up the boards. Hiller is able to quickly get it back into Mustangs territory. Out in front of the net off the attempted shot by Hennigan. Catherine Kelly was looking for the deflection there. Along the corner, Blitzer moves it up the boards. The Hopkinton DS, they are trying to take over this game, and they have certainly won the possession battle in this second period. Good deflection there by Kelly. Moved up by Hines to the neutral zone. Here comes Michaela Brown. Brown backhands it just wide of the net. Along the corner now. Brown, pass to the slot. That shot is just wide by Conley. Along the near side, putting it back towards the danger zone was Parisi, but now with it, here comes Jocelyn Lubnicki. To the end boards it goes, picked up by Parisi. That shot attempt by Cholera deflected. And no one there to accept that pass. It was a good idea by Michaela Brown, but no one could get to that slot area for Norwood. Well, impressive defense by the Hillers. They're really sticking with their target and not letting Norwood have a lot of space to work with. And it's forcing the Mustangs to take off-balance shots. And very low scoring opportunity shots. Kelsey McPherson up against Isla Wilson. It is a Norwood power play. The guilty party was Savannah Rivera. First Norwood power play of the game. Minute 45 remaining on that power play. A minute 18 left to go in the second period. Mustangs certainly want to try to take advantage of this opportunity. Arthur along the far side flings it up the ice. And that was a good clock burner there by Arthur. A nice slow feed up the ice. Along the far side. Popped off the boards by Byler. Tracked down back ice by Tucker. Tucker moving her way up the near side. Will fling it around the boards. Callie Arthur along the end boards. Moves it back into Norwood territory. Well, the Hillers doing a masterful job so far at burning off this Norwood power play opportunity. Brown with it. Good steal by Barroso. Barroso gonna skate around with it, burn some clock. 13 seconds left in the second period. Along the right circle now. With it is Hines. And Hines runs into some challenge along the end boards, and that'll do it. What a great 2 periods of hockey on opening night for Hopkinton. Dover Sherborne. They net another pair in the second period, and that was after a Emily Spadorsha goal 34 seconds in. It's Savannah Rivera and Kelsey McPherson who follow up, and Hopkinton DS is cruising through opening night. They lead it 4-1. You are tuned into Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Varsity Co-op Hockey on HCAM. Coming up at the break, we'll give you a little recap of some great Hopkinton Hillers history, so stick around. You are tuned in to Hiller Hockey live on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by Bill's Pizzeria Kitchen and Grill, located at 14 Main Street. Find them online at mybillspizza.com.
And it's long. That's it, folks. Your Hopkinton Hillers are the Division II state champions in volleyball. They take the third set 25-14 for a 3-0 sweep of Weston.
Starting in 2014, several Hiller teams made state championship runs in multiple sports. From 2014 until 2024, at least one Hiller playoff run occurred in each of the 3 seasons every single year. In 2014, Hopkinton Hiller girls volleyball swept Weston to take home the Division II state championship. The state championship win started a long and continuing stretch of great success on the volleyball courts, which featured dozens of playoff wins and multiple state championships.
It's amazing, and I think that it's kind of bittersweet because I don't get to show up with the girls tomorrow at practice, and the saddest part was knowing that the season was over.
Hillers outscored Marlboro 12-5 in the court. In 2015, Hiller boys basketball was also amongst the talk of the town, advancing all the way to the Division II sectional semifinals. They pulled off some big upsets during the playoffs, but fell short to Marlboro.
Strike 3. Strikeout number 10.
In the spring of 2015, Hiller softball was led by one of the best pitchers in the state, Juliet Hume, and had a nice run all the way to the sectional finals, and finished their incredible season with 17 wins and 3 losses. This season would mark the start of many playoff runs by Hiller softball. It wouldn't be long until Hiller girls volleyball reached the finals once again. In 2016, Hiller girls volleyball was back in the Division II state championship game. On November 19, 2016, the Hillers looked for their second championship in 3 seasons versus Notre Dame Academy.
Will the Hillers take home the state championship for the second time in 3 seasons? Yes, they will! Hopkinton wins as Peyton Weber gets the winning point.
The Hillers took the win via sweep and collected their second state championship in 3 seasons.
Oh my, I love my teammates. We had such a good season. We had so much fun together, and I think the chemistry we had on and off the court just made it such a great team, and we had so much fun. It was awesome.
What was it like playing with this team all season in this run? What's it been like for you?
Incredible. I'm so proud of these girls. We work so hard every day, and I'm so proud of how far we came.
Hiller girls volleyball moved to Division I the next season and made it back to the state championship, but fell short versus Newton North in the 2017 Division I state championship. Hiller girls volleyball would continue to flourish and qualify for the playoffs nearly every season since. Hiller girls basketball also had a very impressive 2016 as well as 2017 season. In 2016, they went all the way to the Division II state semifinals and fell just short to Notre Dame Academy. The Hiller girls basketball team made it to the Division II Central Sectional Championship in 2017 and fell just short to Medfield, 49-42 at Worcester Polytechnic Institute. 2017 was also an incredible year for Hiller baseball and softball. Hiller baseball went all the way to the Division II state semifinals before falling 3-2 in a 9-inning extra innings game versus Greater New Bedford. The Hillers got red hot towards the end of the season and had a run no one thought they were capable of. They finished their incredible season 14-9. That season, Hiller softball also captured a couple of playoff wins to also advance to the sectional semifinals, where they fell 6-3 versus a very good Milford team. Hiller softball captured the TVL Large title that season and finished with a record of 20 wins and 3 losses. Both baseball and softball returned to the playoffs in 2018.
He has time, going deep, wide open for Will Abbott. He's going to take it in for a touchdown for the Hillers.
2017 was a record-setting season for Hiller football. Hopkinton advanced all the way to the Division IV state semifinals and finished 11-1. The Hillers captured the TVL Large title and went undefeated through regular season play. The Hillers lost to Melrose 22-8 in the Division IV state semifinals to put an end to an incredible run. For the third straight season, Hiller girls basketball went deep in the playoffs in 2018. They went all the way to the Division II state championship in Springfield after getting a nice revenge win over Medfield to capture the sectional title. Hopkinton fell just short to a good Foxborough team by a final of 49-41 in the Division II state championship game. Boys basketball and boys hockey also had good playoff runs in the 2017-2018 season. Hiller hockey went 19-3-1, capturing the TVL Large title. 2018 became the third consecutive year at least one Hiller team qualified for the state championship. Hopkinton Hiller girls soccer defeated Notre Dame Academy in the Division II state semifinals to qualify for the state championship. That season, goaltender Natalie Calkins only let in 7 goals all season.
Natalie's been our goalkeeper, outstanding. She was just voted our unsung hero of the year. Only conceded 7 goals all season, 0 goals in the tournament. She's been a rock back there for us. Really happy that she's carrying on her athletic career at Merrimack College Grid School.
The only goal of that championship game would be a Winchester score on a penalty kick. The Hillers fell short in the championship game by a final of 1-0. Hiller girls volleyball continued their dominance in the 2018-2019 season. They would capture the TVL Large title and advance all the way to the sectional championship before falling to Franklin. The Hillers finished the season with 19 wins and just 2 losses. After 2 back-to-back tough playoff losses in the 2016-17 and 2017-18 seasons, Hiller hockey finally broke through to the Division III state finals in the 2018-19 season. The Hillers won 5 straight playoff games to earn a trip to the TD Garden versus Wachusett.
Zaporozhian. Shot turned away by Kapusa. Now another shot out in front. Loose puck. And it is going to be knocked in. Will Quinlan able to knock it in. And the Hillers are on the scoreboard.
The state title game was a back-and-forth battle where the Hillers would fall short 3-2. Hopkinton ended their state championship contending season with 17 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. During the 2018-19 school year, Hiller baseball became the 3rd Hiller team to make the state championship. The Hillers defeated Westwood in the sectional finals 7-4 to earn a trip to the Division II state championship. Hopkinton fell short to the North Sectional champion St. Mary's 2-0 and what would be a very good pitchers duel over in Lowell. Hopkinton finished their state championship contending season 16-6. Hiller softball also had a great run in the spring of 2019, advancing to the sectional semifinals, where they would fall to Bridgewater Raynham 3-2. In the fall of 2019, Hiller girls volleyball finished the regular season. Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We hope you enjoyed that look at some great Hopkinton Hillers history. You could catch the full Hopkinton Hiller history segment over on our YouTube page. You can also find it at our website, hcam.tv. But we are ready to create some more Hopkinton Hiller history here as we continue on into the third period of the 2024-2025 winter season opener for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Millis Girls Co-op. And we are set to go. Norwood remains on the power play for another 25 seconds and counting. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne has done a great job at killing off that power play opportunity so far. With it is Spadorsha, and she'll ring it around. Up the near side it goes, and Barroso will slap it into Norwood territory, and the power play will expire. Well, I'll tell you, the shooting for this Hiller team has been great. It's been on target, the passing, the puck handling, a huge improvement from what it looked like in game one of last season. You could tell that the majority of this roster has another year of experience under their belt, and they have certainly improved. And a lot of returning talent on this team, which is always a big help. And of course, great coaching as well. Along the far side, Hines sends it over. Norwood trying to get some momentum going. Jammed up along the boards. And it's kind of stuck along the boards, and now coming away with it is Byler. Brushed away by Hines. Well, that's Parisi, rather. Here comes Norwood. Parisi leaves it behind, no one there. Looking to approach. Jammed up along the near side. Lucy Jean trying to dig it out. Puck squirts out, picked up by Cholera. Along the boards it goes. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, Norwood, they're finding ways to get into Hopkinton DS territory, but what they're not finding ways to do is get a whole lot of shots off, and they're having to take a lot of shots under heavy pressure and a lot of off-balance shots as well. The Hiller defense really just doing a good job at clamping down when they need to. Getting in the way of that pass was Barroso. Puck comes loose, sent up by Wilson. Mustangs looking to approach. Along the end boards, Brown chasing it down. Sends it out. It'll squirt back into Mustangs territory. Well, a whole lot of winter season action coming up next week on HCAM. On Tuesday, we'll have boys basketball. Wednesday, we have a hockey doubleheader. Girls hockey will host Medfield at 4 p.m. And then we'll have boys hockey against Westwood at 8 p.m. Is that shot just wide? Here come the Hillers. You could view the entirety of next week's schedule at our website, hcam.tv. It should be posted either tomorrow or Monday. A glove save there by Tenor. Well, good pressure once again by the Hillers. Another shot on target. And that's what you want to do. Get as many of those shots to the net as you can. A breakaway here. Here comes Conley. Conley approaching. That shot, well defended. Puck comes loose and it ends up in. It looks like Coito might have lost it. And then there was a bit of a collision with Coito and Arthur, and the puck ends up in. I want to say it was Emily Spidorsha that got the last touch on it. And indeed it was, as she leads the pack of high fives. Norwood back on the scoreboard at 11:08 left to go in the third period. And that makes it a 4-2 game. So the Mustangs, they're not done yet. They're trying to work their way back into this thing. Still a good amount of time left. Well, that was just an unfortunate situation for the Hillers there. Hillers now looking for a shot of their own, a wrister, and it's just off the mark. That was McPherson with a rapid-fire shot. And now a great block in the slot by Lumnicki. And now flying up the far side and taking a backhander is McPherson. That's turned away. And we are getting some crazy pressure by both sides in this sequence. Brown coming up the near side, lost it. Set back by Mannering. Parisi sends it over. Knocked to the corner. Along the far side now, Hennigan trying to send it towards the net. Well, last year, the Hillers started off with a short roster and they had some injuries right from the get-go. They lost their December game against Norwood 4-0, came back later in the season, ended up taking a win, and a great save there by Coito. As coming out of the near side corner was Olivia Tucker trying to go 5-hole, and Coito comes up with a tremendous save. We'll get a face-off at 9:35 left to go in this third period. Along the end boards. Trying to swing it out there was Roach, but the Hiller defense ready for it. Up the far side goes Rivera. Norwood moves it back down. Along the corner, that is Cholera. Here comes the Hillers racing into Norwood territory. Barroso trying to slip by Tucker. Barroso able to maintain control. Shoots it out into the slot area. Backhander by Jean, just off the mark. Shooting it up to the corner is Spidorsha. Collected behind the net by Barroso. Barroso battling her way up the far side. Puck comes loose, picked up by Bletzer. Bletzer with a wrister and a good save by Coito. Along the end boards now. Wilson pops it off the boards. And a good takeaway by Jean. Jean looking for a breakaway. Slips by one defender into the left circle. Pops it off the skate of Bletzer. Along the corner, Jean races out with it. Shoots it back over to Arthur. Arthur pops it over to the corner, looking for Byler. Byler battling for it. Coming out with it, Wilson. Moves it along the far side. And deflected and taken by McPherson, who takes a shot. It's turned away. Along the corner now. Thompson trying to dig it out. Puck comes squirting out. Brown with it. Brown into Hiller territory, trying to slip by the defender. And a nice stand by Callie Arthur. Byler. Moving it up the near side boards, trying to close in. Brushed away. Back in the neutral zone, that's Arthur. She'll wrap it around. Picked up by Paris. Over to the near side towards Brown. And slipping it up the boards there. That was Lumnicki. Norwood closing in once again. There's a shot turned away. That one was by Allie Mannering. Another great save by Coito. I'll tell you, the goaltending of Emily Coito really propelling the Hillers in this third period. Along the far side, Olivia Tucker trying to move it up the boards. Back and forth we go. What a sequence this has been in the last few minutes. 6:31 left to go in regulation. Hopkinton DS leading Norwood 4-2. On the face-off, McPherson for the Hillers, and it's going to be wrapped up by Coito. She was against Roach on that face-off. We'll have another one. Well, Norwood trying to get a little bit of momentum going. They're finding ways to get the puck towards the net. Their shot's definitely more on target in this third period. Hillers going to have to clamp down once again defensively. Coming out with it is McPherson. McPherson racing up the ice into the left circle, out in front, and it's turned away. Along the end boards, McPherson. And that was a nice look in the slot, but it came in a little too hot for Thompson to get the shot off. Norwood moving back towards the neutral zone. Here comes Ava Hines. Hines closing in, takes the shot, glove save, Coito. We'll get a face-off with 5:45 left to go. Both teams switching things up on the ice. Well, this has been a good TVL battle here tonight. And we continue on. Shot from the top of the circle, turned away. Puck was loose in front of the net. Secondary shot by Brown was saved by Coito as she's able to deflect it away. Now along the blue line is Parisi. That shot turned away. Puck is loose along the slot. They're trying to stuff it in, a battle for it. Who's going to come out with it? It'll be Lucy Jean. Parisi's attempted pass deflected by Jean. Jean trying to race her way up the ice. It's stolen away. Brush to the near side corner. Jammed up now along the boards. Both teams battling it out along that near side corner. Barroso able to move it up, but Conley was there. Gets it back out in front. Puck is loose in the slot, and it comes squirting out. Jean will take it up the far side. Jean racing in. 3 defenders around her, backhands it. It's off the mark. Jammed up along the near side boards. Battle for it. Jean was battling along with Malley and Brown for Norwood. Puck comes loose. Coming up the far side now, that is Hennigan. A pass out there didn't go as planned. Here comes the Mustangs. Malley. Malley gets it towards the slot, out in front, turned away. Still along the side of the net. Mustangs really putting on the pressure now. They know that their time is limited to try to get back into this game. Along the corner, up the ice it goes. We'll get an icing call and a face-off, but a good clock burner by Callie Arthur. And it was a nice job by Arthur moving it out of the danger zone for a little bit so the Hiller defense could rest. Mustangs really pounding them with pressure right now. Jammed up along the corner, puck comes loose. Arthur moves it towards the far side, picked up by Hines. Trying to take it away was McPherson. Along the near side, Tucker. Brushed around by Conley. And now here comes McPherson. McPherson McPherson up the far side and lost her balance. Got the shot off just before she fell, and Tenor wraps it up. We'll get a face-off in Mustangs territory at 3:07 left to go. But we are going to have a penalty. I believe it's going to be a trip on Olivia Tucker. So the Hillers are on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Huge opportunity here to put this game away for Hopkinton DS. Along the blue line, Arthur at the point. Gets it over to Barroso. Barroso along the corner. Barroso able to stuff that attempted pass. Arthur moves it to the top of the circle, and it's just wide. There's a shot by Arthur, turned away by Tenor. Both goaltenders have been extremely busy in this third period especially, but really all game long. And we'll get a little equipment break here. We'll have a face-off at 2:36 left to go in regulation. And Bernadette Tenor just did a nice job in net for Norwood, just adjusting some of her equipment. Lucy Jean up against Ariana Bletzer. Puck is loose. Battle along the near side. There's a shot, and it's wrapped up by Tenor off the stick of Callie Arthur. Non-stop action in this third frame. Sent out by Barroso. Arthur along the left side. Flings it around. Along the wing, Barroso. She'll take it around the end boards, trying to stuff it in. Try to pull a quick one there. The defense ready for it. Spadorsha pops it off the glass. It'll roll back into Hiller territory. Norwood in the midst of a change. Picked up by McPherson. Under 2 minutes left. McPherson has some serious speed coming up the ice. She is going to be a fun athlete to watch for the Hillers. 8th grader Kelsey McPherson. Look out for her, folks. Top of the right circle. She'll take it around. Hiller's going to try to burn some clock here, keep it in Norwood territory. Jean comes out with it. Jean over to McPherson, and it's just high. McPherson off the deflection, pops it off the side of the net. Coming out with it is Barroso. She'll move it up the far side. Approaching a minute left. 1:05 left and counting to be exact. Bletzer gets it to the near side. Norwood going to try to work quickly here. The Hiller defense ain't having it that time. Taken away by Thompson. Thompson closing in wide open space. Takes a shot, it's deflected. Along the far side, trying to escape with it, Spadorsha. Spadorsha. Norwood has a 2-on-1. The pass, and it is a glove save by Emily Coito. A beauty of a feed by Spadorsha. A nice shot by Conley, but a great save by Emily Coito. 32 seconds left to go in this third period. Along the corner. That shot by Ava Hines deflected. Jammed up along the near side. The Hillers really just trying to hold it towards the boards. Burn that clock away. Puck squirts out. There's a shot poked away by Coito off the stick of Olivia Tucker. Looking for another shot here. And and it is covered up, and time will expire. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne is going to take the win in their season opener, 4-2 over a very good Norwood team. An impressive victory here tonight for this young but extremely talented Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team. Well, they're not that young. They did return a good amount of talent, but certainly a lot of new faces on the roster as well, including who I think was an absolute star tonight, a couple 8th graders, Emily Coito and Kelsey McPherson. Tremendous games by then. A great goal by Lucy Jean to start things off. Savannah Rivera had a nice goal as well. She actually had a pair of goals, so I guess she has to get star of the game. Certainly well-deserved by Savannah Rivera, the senior from Hopkinton. The Hillers get it done. Hopkinton, DS, Millis, Nipmuc, Co-op defeats Norwood by a final of 4-2. They'll start the season off in the win column. 1-0-0 to start. Norwood 0-1-0. These two teams will meet up on Norwood's home ice later in the season. But that is just about going to do it for our coverage here tonight. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time: the Hopkinton Hiller Co-op defeats Norwood 4-2 in the 2024-2025 winter season opener. We thank you for watching our coverage on this Saturday night on HCAM. And from all of us at HCAM, we wish you a very great rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.